In this video, I'm going to be showing you a very well detailed makeup tutorial for beginners. So if you have no knowledge on makeup application and you want to learn the basic steps on how to go about it, then this video is definitely for you. As a beginner, one thing you should put into consideration is layering your makeup products on a clean skin. This is very important because it gives you a clean base to work on and your makeup won't appear cakey. Another important step in making your makeup last longer and come out flawless is using a primer. A primer is a product you apply before applying makeup products on your face, and it is one of the steps in skin prep. It creates a barrier between your skin and the makeup. By applying a primer on your skin, you are creating a smooth and even canvas for your makeup to sit on, and it will keep your makeup in place. It will help grip the makeup to your skin, giving you a flawless, lasting makeup. Another thing you want to note is that depending on your skin type, you want to select a primer that is specifically for your skin type. Now, for oily skin, I will recommend getting a matte primer like the one I am currently using, because it's going to help control oils on your skin. And then I'll also recommend that you use it all over your skin, use it all over your face, okay? Now, but if you have a combination skin, that is an oily to normal skin type, I would recommend that you use it all over your T-zone areas. Now, for dry skin type, I would recommend getting a primer that is really moisturizing to prevent your skin from drying out. And if you want your makeup to last even longer, I would recommend that you get a gripping primer. It is very important to have a moisturized face before applying makeup to avoid your skin looking flaky, or else the product won't blend in seamlessly. The next step after primer is foundation, and this helps to provide coverage for your skin and even out discoloration and blemishes. It is so important for you to choose the right shade of foundation for your skin type according to your complexion. Your foundation must match your skin type, your undertone, and your skin tone. Now, foundation also comes in light coverage, medium coverage, and full coverage depending on your personal preference. Next thing is to choose the perfect tool to blend out your foundation, and I always recommend a beauty sponge because it gives an even tone natural finish look after blending, and it helps absorb excess product which could lead to cakey makeup. You always want to make sure that your beauty sponge is damp before using it. Make sure it doesn't have excess water, and always use a clean beauty sponge. When blending, concentrate on the parameter of the areas you need the most coverage, and it is important to avoid the area under your eyes because it is most delicate and foundation may cake it up. After applying foundation, you might notice that your face will look flat with no structure or dimension, and this is where the concealer comes in. We add concealer to the area under our eyes so we can look more awake and natural. Focus the concealer on areas where light usually reflects, that is under your eyes, your forehead, your chin, and the bridge of your nose. Now use a concealer close to your natural skin under your eyes, and then go in with another concealer that is a little bit brighter to help brighten it up. To blend it out, I like to use the tip of the beauty sponge, and I lightly tap on the concealer when blending it out. And to brighten up my under eyes, I'm gonna add another shade of concealer to snatch it up. I'm going to be using a concealer that is 2 to 3 shades lighter than the first one, and I'm gonna focus it on the inner parts of my eyes, and I'm going to leave that for a few minutes while I go in with my blush. Without color, the skin looks dull. That is why I love to pop in some bit of blush to help brighten up my face and make it look more awake and youthful. Now, to do this, I'll apply a little bit of the blush to the back of my hand, and then I'll use a beauty sponge to give it a gentle swirl just to get rid of excess and to allow a seamless blend on my skin. And I'll gently pat that onto the amples of my cheeks so it looks rounder. Next, I'm going to blend out the concealer, and when blending it out, I'm gonna gently tap on it so it doesn't spread out. I'm going to focus it on the inner corners close to my nose bridge. While concealer is used to brighten up the under eye, contour is used to add depth and dimension to the face. So it is important to add contour to areas that usually looks naturally dark, such as your cheekbone, your hairline, your jawline, and the bridge of your nose. And you want to achieve this by using a contour shade that is 2 to 3 shades darker than your natural skin. To blend out the contour, I'm going to be using a beauty sponge. Guys, I love using beauty sponge to blend out because it is so easy. And remember, your beauty sponge needs to be damp before using it. And use a contour that is easy to blend and it won't look harsh or intense. I like to place some contour on my jawline to differentiate between my jawline and my neck so they don't look like one, and it gives a much lifted jawline with better structure. Now for my cheekbone, I like to suck in my lips so to see where that natural contour is before placing it, and I love to stop halfway where my cheekbone are so I can drag it downwards when blending so that it fades out and look natural. Going back in with the beauty sponge that I used to apply my blush, I'm just going to get rid of the harsh line between my contour and my blush. For nose contour, I don't like applying it directly on my nose bridge to avoid applying too much. So instead, I use an angled brush like this one, and then I take a little bit of the contour product on the brush directly and then apply it down the bridge of my nose, and then I drag it down my nose like so. And this gives a natural nose contour than applying it directly. When it comes to powders, they are very versatile and comes in different forms and purposes. Powders comes in two forms. They come in loose form and pressed form. Now the loose form have mineral-like consistency, just like sand, and the pressed form comes in compact and in pan, just like the one that I have right here. So to set under your eye, you want to use a small blending brush like this so it fits under your eyes. Don't use a brush that is too big so it doesn't mess things up for you. To begin setting your under eye, you want to go in with your beauty sponge to set the under eye again in case of any cakey under eye or creases, so that you don't set it up and it looks messy. Then immediately you go in with your powder brush to set your under eye, and you want to gently tap it. Don't move it back and forth to avoid moving the concealer. So you want to set all the areas that you previously highlighted with your concealer. After setting the concealer, we will go ahead to set our foundation to absorb all the oils and to help it stay in place. To do this, I'm going to use a bigger powder brush to set my face, to evenly spread the powder all over my face where I have foundation. That is the perimeter of my face. Gently pat that on your skin. Don't move it around to avoid moving around the foundation. Make sure you build up as you go so it doesn't look cakey. If you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. After setting the face, you notice your skin looks a little cool tone, and we need to add a little bit of contour powder back to our face to set it up as well on the places we applied liquid contour to. That is our jawline, the cheekbones, forehead and the bridge of our nose. And you can also add bronzer to give it a little bit of glow and natural look. Next, I'm going to bake my face, and in baking my face I'm going to use this setting loose powder. And to apply the setting powder, I'll recommend a powder puff because they are good and don't absorb powder compared to a beauty sponge or a brush. To do this, you want to pick up the powder directly on it to the powder puff and then swirl it at the back of your hand to smoothen out the powder. So when you set your concealer, it gives a very nice and smooth blend compared to applying it directly, which could cause patchiness. So as you can see, all the oil has been absorbed and it will help avoid the spread of other products to unwanted areas. I'll leave this for a while before dusting it off. So next thing is to go ahead and line up the lips with a lip liner, and then finish off with one of my favorite lipsticks. And then you can also opt in for a lip gloss if you desire, which is absolutely optional. Next, I'll just go ahead to dust off the areas that I baked because I've been baking this for a while and I'm just using a smaller brush with some powder on it. I'm just going to go in with blush to add a little bit of color to the skin, and it is important to select a color that matches your undertone. For instance, if you have a cool undertone, you can use pink or purple blushes, and if you have a warm undertone, you can use peach or orange blushes. Though personally, I think it's all about preference, and you can feel free to play around with the different shades and figure out whichever one that you like for your skin. Finally, after everything is done, we want to set the whole makeup so it lasts longer, and we'll be using a finishing or a setting spray. This is used as the last step in putting our makeup in place. It gives the makeup a natural finish and helps bring everything together. You want to spray this at arm's length and then spray all over your face and allow it to air dry for a few minutes before applying anything else on your skin. Make sure your makeup is well blended before using a setting spray. Lastly, I like to go back in with the powder puff around my nose area to absorb the excess oil and giving everything a natural finish. And here is the final look. This is how to achieve a flawless lasting makeup as a beginner. Like, these steps are very easy. All you need to do is know how to blend. The technique of blending is very, very important. This is going to help give you a natural finish look. Trust me, if you try out this makeup procedure, you're going to get a flawless look like this one that I have right here, and it's going to last you the whole day. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, please guys don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also share this video to your friends that would need this video. And guys, subscribe to my channel please. I love you. Bye.